So Bungie just released some new information on the Void 3.0 subclass. First of all, we have all the terminology associated with the Void subclass. Suppress. The target is taken out of any active ability when suppressed, and the target cannot use any abilities or movement modes, plus combatants are disorientated. Weaken. The target takes increased damage and gets disorientated. Volatile. The target explodes upon taking damage. If the target dies before Volatile has taken enough damage to explode, the explosion happens anyway. Invisibility. This is just your normal invisibility that we have as hunters. Overshield. The player gains a protective barrier that stacks on top of the health and shields and intercepts incoming damage, and also reduces incoming damage for PvE enemies. This seems like the blue bar that you get when you stand in a Titan bubble or in a well, but what's interesting to me is they say it stacks with other shields you may have, so you could potentially have two overshields. Finally, for the terminology, we have Devour. This is already a thing for Void Warlocks, where the player is immediately restored to full HP upon activation from any source, and is granted grenade energy too. When the player gets any kill with Devour active, meaning when you see the buff on the side of your screen, you will restore full HP and be granted grenade energy. Controlled Demolition. Hitting a target with a Void ability or Volatile detonation will make them volatile. This will be very nice if you want to chain volatile explosions as a Titan. Bastion. Creating a barricade generates overshield for you and your nearby allies. Those bunkering behind the barrier will receive an overshield over time, and also extend the timer for the overshield. Offensive Bulwark. While you have overshield or are inside the Ward of Dawn, grenades charge significantly faster and you have increased melee damage. You also gain an additional shield to throw for your Sentinel Shield Super. Trapper's Ambush. Activate Quick Fall, which is basically the Void Shatter Dive we see in the Vidoc, to spend their melee charge and dive to the ground, creating a smoke cloud on impact. And this basically does exactly what throwing a smoke bomb normally does as a hunter, except you can quickly dive to the ground, making you and your friends invis while disorienting enemies. Vanishing Step. We already had this as hunters, however this makes you invis when you dodge. Stylish Executioner. Defeating void debuff targets, which means any enemies you or your team either weaken, suppress, or volatile. Grants invis and true sight. And while you are invis, your next melee attack weakens enemies. This will be absolutely insane for chaining together invis for yourself, making hunters crazy for PvE. And finally, for warlock aspects, we have Chaos Accelerant. Hold down your grenade button to overcharge your grenade, and magnetic grenades charge into handheld supernova grenades. Now, we actually have a little bit more information on this, as in the Vidoc we've seen that what each grenade does when it's charged. So vortex grenades will increase the size and length of the vortex. Axion bolt grenades will create an additional seeker, and scatter grenades will have submunitions to track nearby targets. Feed the Void. Defeat an enemy with a Void ability to activate Devour. We already actually have this. Child of the Old Gods. When you cast your Rift, you will generate a Void Soul, which when you damage a target, the Void Soul will detonate nearby the target, attaching draining tendrils which deal damage and weaken a target. On top of that, when your Void Soul deals damage, it will restore either melee and grenade energy if you're running the Healing Rift, or it will restore health if you're running the Empowering Rift. This is absolutely insane for if you run the new exotic legs that make your Empowering Rift heal you. Plus, this will make getting Devour even easier than ever.